Happy Thursday, everyone. Hopefully your week is going well as we anticipate some Astros victories here in the near future. But as you prepare for Sunday, I just wanted to mention a few things. This week we're talking about how God is allowing the Israelites to go into captivity. And although this is a bigger concept, children do understand cause and effect and discipline. And typically when you look at something like this, you say, oh man, that was a little bit excessive maybe, or something along those lines. But a better way to start out your class is maybe tell a story, something in your own life where somebody wronged you and you were really mad at them, or something happened and the emotions that you feel. Well, in the same way, God feels these emotions, and He can either allow us to keep getting worse and worse and worse, or He can intervene and put us in a timeout. And that's what He did. A couple other things I want to mention is just some technique in the area of teaching. Number one, there is only one you, and your classroom shouldn't look like anybody else's classroom. It is yours. I encourage you to go over the lesson, think ahead. What's going to draw in the students' attention? What's my plan? Do I have an outline? I'm going to draw their attention in with this. I'm going to tell this personal story. We're going to highlight these scriptures. Remember, we always want our lessons to point back to Christ, and we always want to re-emphasize the gospel. You know, I subbed in a class the other day, and just recently I asked the children, how do you know if you will go to heaven? And the first two kids that raised their hand said, well, I know because I'm a good person. Well, that's not the right answer. Now, fortunately, when I ask more specific questions, like what makes someone good enough and what happens if you sin one time, does that ruin your good enough? And then, was Jesus good enough? Did He ever sin? No. Why was He special? Well, He was God's Son. What did He do for you? He died on the cross for our sins. How do we turn and respond to Him? How do we show that to others? So they knew the right answers, but it was fascinating to me that their first response was, be a good person. So remember, always we're going through the Bible. We want all these stories to point to Christ. And most importantly, we want to reiterate the gospel so that they understand. And lastly, make it fun. The way that you make a class fun is the unexpected, so that kids do not know what is coming. And I confess, I have gotten in a rut in many of my lessons as well. But I want us to try to come up with some just out and left field ideas that a kid is not expecting. Because if you were to say, what do you do at the first part of class? What do you do at the middle part of class? What do you do at the last part of class? They think they know everything. The day you switch that around and keep them guessing, things begin to get more interesting. And also, even if you come up with an idea and you're like, man, this is going to be great, and it falls flat on its face, that's okay. That was something different. We'll try something different again later. So just want you to know, I appreciate you. We are praying for Friday that there isn't rain, and that people would be drawn to Christ, but even more so on Sunday, that as we have the opportunity to encourage and disciple our kids, and you all are making incredible investments, that those seeds would grow into eternal fruit. Love you, praying for you. See you soon.